Good morning. Hope you're having a really nice start so far to your Friday morning. Happy Friday to you. We're talking warm temperatures once again, and if you have any plans this weekend, today, you want to get outside, maybe go up to the mountains, it's looking fantastic for you because we're not going to have to worry about any rain dampening any plans. We're starting off this morning on the mild side, but as we go into the afternoon, take a look at how warm it's going to get again today. 91 in Albuquerque. Out east, we're talking highs above average once again, getting into the low to mid 90s. Up north, across the northern part of the state, upper 80s for Taos and Four Corners, topping out in the 80s and 90s. Temperature-wise right now, again, not feeling too bad out there. We're at 64 up in the heights out toward Tijeras. A little more crisp this morning, 53 degrees there. Sandia Park at 56 and up at Placitas at 65. The Sunport still in the low 70s. Northern Mountains, temperatures here are pretty cool in spots, 46 over in Truchas, and then you get up to Angel Fire and we're talking 37 degrees, so almost a little chilly up that way. And then over toward Coyote and Jemez, starting off in the low 50s there. Skies are mainly clear, and once again, this dry air is really intruded in on us, and it is going to stay in place as we go into the weekend. Though we are going to start to see some changes in the pattern for the second half of the weekend. As far as today goes, we're going to be talking dry conditions, maybe a few stray storms up in our northern mountains, and then for the weekend, pretty much more the same, with more storms focusing just across the northern mountains and out over the western high terrain. But even these will be spotty at best. As we go into the eastern part of the state, we're going to be talking sunshine and warmer temperatures. So again, some of that moisture out over Arizona is going to try to ease its way over into western and northern New Mexico as we go into the weekend. But it's not going to be until early next week that it really gets some momentum and makes some progress. And by Monday, we'll be talking a few more storms around. That'll be the case for western and northern New Mexico. Meanwhile, in the southeast, we continue to remain mainly dry. And then as we head towards the middle part of next week, we're going to have a front that's going to come into play. It's going to bring in some cooler weather, bring in better rain chances out east, and really change things up. So next week looking quite a bit more active than what we have been seeing for most of this week. Southern Colorado, just a slight chance for a stray storm today. Temperatures will top out in the mid 80s. We'll stay with those highs in the mid 80s as we go into Saturday, and the next week highs back to the upper 70s with rain chances going up and sticking around each day for next week. For the northwest, sunshine. Highs this weekend will be in the upper 80s to low 90s. As we go into next week, though, much cooler, about 10 degrees cooler, in fact, topping out in the low to mid 80s with better chances of rain. Down in the southwest, partly sunny today, but storm coverage will be very spotty at best. Next week, though, we'll see quite a bit more rain in the area. Down in the southeast, sunshine staying dry into the weekend, staying very warm, low to mid 90s. Even next week, doesn't look like we're going to get a whole lot of moisture this way to bring in big rain chances, though we'll start to see at least a chance for a stray storm or two by midweek next week. For the northeast, mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. Las Vegas in the mid 80s, and then next week is back to the upper 70s with better rain chances. Northern mountains, won't see a whole lot of activity even here going into the weekend. A great weekend to head up to the mountains, and then next week we start to see those rain chances pick back up again. Upper 70s Tuesday, Wednesday for Santa Fe. East Mountains, highs in the mid to upper 80s with sunny skies, and your forecast for the metro area, highs in the low 90s, and we'll see overnight lows in the low to mid 60s with more sunshine. Your 7-day forecast here showing temperatures will top out at nearly 90 degrees going into the weekend, so still staying pretty warm. Next week we're back to the mid 80s. Rain chances start to go up, and so finally maybe your swamp coolers can get a little bit of a rest or a break because they've been working overtime this week. It's been very hot and dry.
That'll be a nice break.
Yeah.